Hi, I'm Unique Model, aka Shantae Renee P for Positivity, and this is a channel for love and for healing. I want you to know that love begins with you, and it absolutely does. Be the love you want to see manifest in your life, and it will come. So this is a message that I was guided to put out, and since this seems to be the theme for this week, for me, part of it anyway, talking about alcohol and how I was addicted. So I said this on another message that I put out, that in the wee hours of the morning, spirit likes to commune with you. So that's what happened, because I thought, I did a message, I think it was yesterday, about 86 days no wine, and I was thinking that, okay, I'm done with this subject. So no, I got downloads this overnight, as I see $55.99 on somebody's car riding by. Red may be significant, burgundy, whatever. I got the download that I needed to go a little bit more in depth, as far as like when we have certain addictions or certain behaviors that are family related, familial traumas and familial curses, wounds, whatever have you, whatever you want to label it as. So as I've said in a previous video, I am a Coltrane, even though my last name is not that. I am a descendant of the Coltrane. So my mom is, her father was a Coltrane, so my grandfather. So when we were kids, we were always, heard of John Coltrane, the famous musician. And of course we didn't know him, but Coltrane is not a very popular name. Like, I don't know no other Coltranes in the world. I've not come across, and we're not related to them. So that's another thing. Music runs in the family. So let's push forward. We're going to put something else. So John Coltrane, who is a famous musician, did have addiction problems. So alcohol was one of them. Fast forward, my grandfather, who I did not know, I'm sure I met him, but he died when I was 5. He actually was an alcoholic, and he was abusive. So my grandparents were divorced, because I only knew my step grandfather, and I didn't really know him. But I remember when he died, because I remember we got dropped off at my grandmother's house. I remember I was dressed for the funeral, but we didn't go, and I was like 5 years old. So my grandfather, William F. Coltrane, he actually, from what I was told and what I remember, hopefully I'm not incorrect, but he was an alcoholic. Everybody says that he was abusive, all of that. That's like confirmed. But we were told that he passed away in his sleep. He vomited and aspirated on his own vomit. So that's what ended up killing him. So he had an alcohol addiction. So I noticed that none of my aunts really, which were his children, never really messed with alcohol, but my uncles did. And one of them has passed away since then. He had a alcohol problem too. I've noticed other family members have had problems with alcohol. I had a problem with alcohol. At one time, I could drink like a whole thing of a 750 ml liter of tequila, vodka, when I was drinking vodka, rum, whatever. I could drink that in a day and be still wanting something else. But I was trying to numb. I was trying to numb sadness, discontent, not feeling good enough, not feeling loved, love not being reciprocated. I was trying to fill a void with the alcohol that I was never gonna be able to achieve. It just wasn't gonna happen. And it took years and years and years and years as I slowly did decline. And at one time I had stopped. When my ex-husband, when he brought me back home, because my ex-husband was military, and I was staying at our last place where we lived together, and he brought me back home, And when I first came home, mentally I was not good, and I had stopped drinking for a period of time. But then I did pick it back up. I started feeling better, blah, 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 and went kind of back into that scenario, not as deep, but I was doing it. And then, you know, the behaviors started again. I can get aggressive when I drink. I can black out when I drink, not remember nothing I've done, wake up with bruises. What the hell was I doing while I was drinking? Make phone calls, calling everybody. Look, I want to talk. You know, nobody wants to talk to you. You know, people get tired of that when you only call them when you're drunk, or you can call them normally, but people get tired, because I've actually, as I've transitioned to the other side, because I've transitioned to the other side before this, but it is becoming more and more clear that yeah, it's not a good look, it's not a good feeling, and you want to talk to someone most of the time of sober mind and body, so we all can remember what happened. Right? So as I just saw 555 on the clock, so we all can remember what happened. So I was being led to talk about this because I was called to do a fast about several months ago, and started it in January, the middle of January, and I made it to 86 days instead of the 90 days, because I was told I was going to have a dry season. And if you want to go look at that video, you can. And so I did have something to drink on at the 86, 87 day mark, and then I was like, okay, this is not too bad. You know, I missed you. I missed you, wine. I missed you. So, you know, I graduated to wine, and that's mainly what I would do, like wine spritzers. But I could still drink a lot of wine. So fast forward maybe like a few days ago, and I had some more wine, and it actually was a little bit stronger than what percentage than what I normally drink, and I hadn't really had it before, but maybe one time, and I drank it, and then the next day I just felt like shit, and I'm just like, and then it took me a minute. I was like, it's Friday, I want to drink, I'm bored, you know, blah blah blah. So I went and got the wine, and then it took me forever to actually drink it. It was just like I didn't want to drink it, but I was like, kind of like, it's almost like I was forcing myself to do it. It's Friday, you know, this is what we normally do on Friday. You've been waiting for this 90-day fast. You know, this is what I'm hearing, you know, this is what I'm feeling and hearing, and it's like, you've been waiting for this, you know, this fast to be over because, you know, you missed the wine, you know, blah blah blah. So then I was drinking, and I was just like, okay, get into my little mood, listen to my music, do whatever, and then I go to sleep. And the next day I'm not feeling all that good, and then that's when I went into, like, my time was being taken from me. It was being stolen, like, and it took me a minute, even though I knew back then that was happening, but it was just like, I'm at a place in my life now, it's like, you are not allowed to take anything from me that I am not giving to someone freely. So my time has been was taken, my energy was taken, and I know I have things that I need to do, and I am at a point where I mean, I've been at this point, but it's like really at this point, alcohol was a coping mechanism, and that is not a coping mechanism that I actually desire or need anymore, which is great. So getting back to how these things transpire down into the families, we had someone who was great, who was a musician, and who died early, and alcohol probably played a part in his demise. So then fast forward to my grandfather, alcohol played a part in his demise. I had to experience it in order to help heal that for our lineage, because as I heal, it goes out. So as you are healing, it spreads out to the people around you. And like I said, I know several drinkers. I got a lot in my family. It's just, you know, drinking, we turning up, that's what we doing, that's what we do. But it's like, I noticed that I can actually get into that energy of feeling elated, as though I have been drinking without an ounce of alcohol in my system, because I've had people say, you've been drinking. No, I just feel really good today. It's just, it just is what it is. So yes, things that we are meant to heal in our family lineage, you are more than likely going to experience them in some form or fashion. And I had to come into the realization and into the acceptance of, this is part of my walk and this is why this has happened. Because like, I have some family members that won't touch alcohol, and then I have some like with a bottle at. So, and then some, they are just a casual drinker. And I kind of feel that probably will be where I am. If I go out, I will socialize. If I feel like I want to have a drink, I will. If I don't, I won't. But as far as like, okay, it's Friday, I'm just drinking just to be drinking. Yeah, that's going out the window. And thank God for that. But thank God. But I was just led to share this message. And they told me to call it John Coltrane, William F. Coltrane, and me. So it is how things have been passed down through the generations, and it's within the lineage, is within the DNA, is in the spiritual soul family. This is what you all have come to heal. So I know as I am doing it, it's going to ripple out to other family members. And and when that time comes, hey, I'm hearing a beacon of light to help them. Because when you have these addictions, whether it's alcohol, drugs, shopping, food, sex, porn, whatever, when you have these addictions, a lot of people feel shame behind these things. And because it's looked at as bad. But some people are addicted to drama, as that just came to me, because some people are definitely addicted to drama. And you feel shame and guilt behind these things. But I am here because I have walked the walk. And I'm here to help others not feel judged, not feel the shame. You did what you did for you at the time. And when you want to do better, it's okay. And if you fall off the wagon, it's okay. All you got to do is get back up, because it's okay. We are here to learn. Earth is a school for learning. Learning these life lessons, learning these spiritual lessons, expanding our souls, expanding ourselves on a soul level. So I was guided to share. I am guided to share a lot. I don't always like it, but it's okay. I am accepting my calling and my path. And that's for someone else. Don't worry about what people say. They're going to call you crazy. They're going to say you can't do that because you did this. And I'm like, so what? I did it. And what? Who cares? And I'm still going to walk my walk. And that's what. So I'm going to end this message right here. Sending you loving healing. I appreciate you. Make sure you appreciate yourself. And remember, happiness is homemade. Feed yourself some good shit. Mind, body, and spirit. Have a wonderful day. Bye.